you go. Talk to it.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Classic.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Classic.
International.
Yeah.
Ha.
Classic.
Yeah. It's the best live show on all streaming platforms. It's the Classic Codes. You know I gotta come to the ring, man.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance. Standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. You can't come in with me now. You ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye. If you ain't with me, I seen a couple people try and it ain't in print. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. In the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make a wish in me. I got these hoes in the frenzy. They can't seem to get to me. Babe, I done mastered discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused.
Let's get focused. Yeah.
Classic.
It's Classic with the Classic Codes, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Chat 333, the best on all streaming platforms, man. We here. Late night show, man. Late night show. Got some shit on my heart, man. Where do I start, man? But before we get into that, make sure y'all do y'all duties, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications. If you've done all those things, you can support us by way of super chat. You can support by letting somebody else know about the Classic Codes. Maybe they want to have a conversation. Whether they agree or disagree, we here to talk because we got to crack these codes, man.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
Yeah, tonight though, we doing a very special show. When I say we, I'm talking about me and my dog Tez down. I got family in the building. What's going on, Tez? What up, Tez? You was on mute. What's up, bro?
I said, what's happening, man?
Man, all is well, brother. All is well. So yeah, man, we here. We doing a very special show, not impromptu, so to speak, because Ted's one of them stay ready type of guys, and I am too. So it's never really impromptu when you already moving around on call. You feel what I'm saying? But before we get into the heavy shit, we definitely gonna talk about a little bit of sports. I definitely want to start with that if you got a second for it, Ted.
That's right. Yeah,
man. So we're gonna talk about the Canelo versus Crawford, and we're gonna talk about it from a betting standpoint. All right, we're gonna talk about it from the betting standpoint. We're gonna talk about some of the odds, and then we're gonna break down what we feel like may or may not be good bets to make. All of that. We're just gonna have a little bit of fun. So it's Classic with Classic Code Sports. Let's get active.
There you go. Talk to it.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
Yeah, man. So here we got tomorrow, man. By this time tomorrow, we will have either a new undisputed champion at 168 pounds in boxing, which would be Bud Crawford, or we will have a reigning undisputed champion at 168 pounds in Canelo Crawford, man. While I pull up the betting odds before we get into that conversation, who you picking, bro? We less than 24 hours out. Who you picking?
Man, I'm gonna go with my heart on this one, not my head. I'm gonna go with Crawford.
Why is Crawford your heart and not your head?
Cause man, I don't like. You watch boxing. I watch boxing.
Yeah.
Like, we talking about like two guys right now that love boxing, right?
Yeah.
Like me, probably talk for 4 hours about nothing but boxing.
Facts.
You know, despite the fact that we like other sports, like, you know what I mean? We can still talk about boxing for like 4 hours and be right on, you know? Boxing judges.
Yeah.
Boxing
Soft
judges.
Soft Rain, what up?
I see she
Go ahead.
changed her profile picture too. Okay.
She's got suitors in the chat.
Of course she does. Of course she does.
Go ahead though. You saying about the judges?
Boxing's judges are whack, bro. Boxing's judges are whack, and I hate to say it, but like okay, you remember watching the Cotto fight?
Which one? Cotto versus who?
It was I think it was Cotto versus Canelo.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, like they tried to act like Canelo just walked him down the entire fight.
I mean, Canelo clearly won that fight. That wasn't one of his debatable. That wasn't one of his debatable fights.
He clearly won the fight. But there was a couple things that I saw. I think a better version of this is the Pacquiao versus that Australian dude fight. I forgot the Australian dude's name.
Jeff Horn.
Yeah. That fight, dude. Horn did not win that fight. I'm not saying that Pacquiao beat him up. I'm saying Horn didn't win the fight. Technically, he didn't win the fight. Like, we're talking about, okay, so what are the 5 things you're looking for in a boxing match if you're judging it? You're looking for punches thrown, punches landed, who's driving the fight, the aggressor, who you're looking for the most sound defender, and you're looking for the guy that's like the guy that was able to basically control the fight from his area. Pacquiao did that the entire fight. I think Horn might have had him in 2 rounds. But Pacquiao outpunched him by like 65 punches, bro. I'm talking about punches landed. We're not talking about just jabs either. We're talking about, moonshots.
Yeah, but there's nuance to that, Cortez, because boxing is scored round by round. You can outpunch me by 36 punches in 1 round, and you only get credit for that 1 round. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, hell of a round, but you don't get extra for it. It's just 1 round in the bank. You feel me? Yeah. Especially if you don't drop me. Like if you don't knock me down, if you don't draw blood, there's no clear evident reason to give you a 10-8 round. That's what I'm saying though. But like Horn stood his ground a lot in that fight, bro. He was hitting Pacquiao with some. The fight was competitive.
He stood his ground, and then and I'll tell you why he won the fight. And I think we will both agree with this. Pacquiao ran out of gas in the last 3 rounds, and Horn stood him up for 3 rounds straight and was punching on him. It wasn't until the last couple of minutes of the last round that Pacquiao was throwing flurries because he looked like he was out of gas for a couple of rounds before the end.
So he might have been hurt.
He probably was hurt.
Horn a
big
boy.
Much smaller than him.
Yeah,
Horn was much smaller than him.
Might have been hurt. Yeah, but I mean,
I think.
So you saying that to say what in regards to tomorrow? You think
I'm saying it this way. Crawford cannot have a bunch of 10-9 rounds. He cannot.
You think he need to drop Canelo?
He needs to drop him at least once.
At least once.
I think he needs to, at the very least, make him back up and stagger him. If you don't drop him, you got to make him look hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Like visibly wobble.
Yeah, like you remember when Canelo moved up and lost when he moved up a weight class and lost.
Yeah, Beevil. Yeah.
And so in that fight, he clearly got hurt in that fight.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Crawford
he got hit with some shit that made him reluctant to just walk in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got hit with some shit that he had to respect.
Like, okay, you used to watching these fights too. Canelo always come orthodox, and then he come in like this. He one of those. He come in like this, shoulders moving, and then he start punching. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying Crawford got to stop that. He got to make sure he don't do all of that. If Crawford can hit him to make him back up and guard instead of just coming in ready to throw punches,
I think people aren't bringing up how slow Canelo is going to be to Terrence Crawford. Not Canelo is slow in general. I'm saying how slow he's going to be to Terrence Crawford. The thing about coming from lower weight classes is you're used to high activity and you're used to a much faster speed. Yeah. Crawford finna see all this wide ass opening up that Canelo be doing. He finna see all that shit coming from.
You talking about the setup?
All them hooks, all of them though. Yeah, but all of them though. He the shit be wide. Like all
he throws a lot of hooks.
Crawford keep him at the right range and just step out. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be straight, and then when he want to step in. You know what I'm saying? I think Bud actually might fight. I think Bud actually might fight Canelo close.
I mean, I feel like if mind you, I'm not at Canelo's level of boxing expertise, but I will say this: if I'm training, if I'm coaching, if I think it's a way to beat him, if I'm playing a video game, I play UFC 5 and all the other games that come out, but I'm waiting for him to throw one of those. So I'm gonna hit him with a cross. I mean, you probably do the same thing. If he was throwing that wide hook shot at you, whether it was a body blow, I would probably feint a little bit, wait for him to throw that wild left that he loves to throw. I'm gonna hit him with a right cross. And if you hit him at the right time, you might drop him. Any sound boxer that could land it at the right time, that's gonna be the question. If he can land that right cross when Canelo, because that's his favorite punch. You know what I'm saying? If he can land that right cross when Canelo throws that hook, catch him off guard like that. He has got no defense for that. I don't think anybody.
Let's talk about it. So, in regards to betting odds, let's talk about it in regards to betting odds. So, you saying you feel like you just spoke on a boxing reason why Crawford could drop Canelo, right? So let's look at the odds on knockdowns for that fight. They got the boxing book looks so crazy right now. Hold on.
They got Canelo on the A side, right?
Yeah, he's favored, but not by much. And that's why if you ever gonna try to win some money betting on Terrence Crawford before he retires, now's the time to do it, because there's not too many fights in the world against anybody where he not gonna be the favorite. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking for some good betting odds on Terrence Crawford, now is the time, regardless of how you feel. You know what I mean? If you're just trying to win some money off of his career.
What we got on here. See.
All right, so the odds cleaning away. I'm on D. I'm not gonna say that there's no paid sponsorship here, but on the Green Kings app, Canelo Alvarez is favored at a -175 betting, meaning if you bet, you got to bet $175 to win 100 on Canelo, just to bet on him to win, not betting on specifically how he's gonna win. For Terrence Crawford is +140. So you bet 100 to win $140. The round betting over on 10.5 rounds. So meaning that you think the fight gonna go 11 rounds or longer is -475, meaning you'd have to bet 475 to win 100. And then the under 11 rounds, right? If you believe the fight will end 10 rounds or less, that's +300. So Vegas thinks that the fight is going into the deep waters.
I think it's going the distance.
Yeah, I know it's going the distance. I already did my breakdown. I'm gonna edit it and put it out tonight.
We talked about that the other day.
Yeah, I know it's going 12. Just because of how much time you can already take off the clock. How much time they're gonna spend filling each other out before they really start thumping. When they really start thumping, and Canelo realized Bud's power is respectable, and he also realized that Bud could take his punch. Now from that point forward, we have a rumble, and it's gonna go 12. You know what I'm saying?
There ain't no way that he don't know that. I think they both know what's going on, but you gotta feel it. You still gotta feel it.
Yeah. Canelo for Canelo to win by knockout is +380. So that means you bet $100 to win 380. Canelo Alvarez to win by decision is +125. So that shows you Vegas believes Canelo will win on the cards, right? For the draw, to bet on the draw is +1200. So you bet $100 to win $1,200 if the fight ends in a draw. Terrence Crawford to win by knockout is +850. So you bet $100 to win $850, right? If Bud should win by any form of knockout, TKO or KO or DQ, disqualification. Terrence Crawford to win by decision or technical decision, +210. So again, Vegas is indicating to us that they believe that this fight will go 12 rounds. Now let's look at the knockdown odds. Canelo Alvarez to win over one knockdown in the fight, right? So 2 or more knockdowns in the fight, no matter who gets knocked down, just in the fight. For Canelo to win and the fight to produce over one knockdown is a +450, right? So you bet $100 to win 450. Canelo to win with under 1.5 knockdowns, right, is a +100. So again, just bet 100 to win 100. So that's Vegas letting you know they believe that there won't be any knockdowns.
They think it's going to be no knockdowns.
And it's going to go.
My app is a 0.5.
That's what I'm saying. So it's going.
The over and the under is a 0.5. That's
exactly
that. When it's a 0.5, that means that unless it's a freebie, it's not a freebie.
Yeah.
It means that they don't think it's going to happen.
Right. Terrence Crawford to win with over 1.5 knockdowns in the fight. Not him, just anybody, right? So if Bud get knocked down once, Canelo get knocked down once, you still will win your bet if Terrence is the winner, right? Just explaining because everybody don't understand bet, right? So I'm overspelling it out. But that's plus 750, meaning you bet $100, you'll win 750 if the fight should go that way. Now for Terrence to win and the fight produce less than 2 knockdowns, right? 1.5 or less. That's plus 200, meaning you bet $100 to win $200. So again, Vegas showing you whichever one of them wins, they think it's going to be on the scorecards. You feel me? So those are some of the basic betting odds. I'm not going to get off into the special props like if Bud got to retie his shoe during the fight plus 3,000. Yeah, we're not finna
anybody
do all
who
that.
Slips.
Type. Yeah, we're not finna. If anybody gets knocked out in the first 12 seconds of the fight, plus 1 million, like we're not doing all
freak
that.
accidents.
But, so ultimately Vegas
the
is
throwaway
saying,
money.
Some goofies like, oh, I might as well put 50 cents on it, and then they get
the drunk Vegas money. Yeah, the drunk Vegas money.
I'm putting 50 cents on this, bro. First 12 seconds. Here we go.
I get it. Like, I get it because people do hit some outrageous ones, but like, let's face the facts here. The majority of the time when you bet the outrageous thing, you will lose 100 times, not $100. You'll lose 100 times before you ever hit the outrageous bet.
Facts.
I don't think either one of these guys is getting dropped early. I don't think so. Unless somebody is secretly hurt or they get hurt or they just make it'll be an outrageous mistake. It won't be because they lack the skill.
Yeah, I would bet on if I had to bet, this is my betting suggestion. If I had to bet, I would bet on the draw, or I would bet on Bud to win by decision with under 2 knockdowns. That would be my bet. One of those two.
I could see a split decision happening in this fight.
I told you my pick was Bud by split decision. I think it's Mexican Independence Day weekend. I think Canelo walk into the ring with a scorecard in his pocket. Yeah. So
I've never seen, and now mind you, I have probably watched every Canelo fight in the last 8 years, working in some of the places that I've worked at. I don't think I've missed any. And let me tell you, there were some fights where he didn't look so good. And I'm telling you, if Bevel wouldn't have beat him up like that, he was walking away with it. It took the beat down for him not to walk away with that fight. Because if you watch the fight, or even go back and look at like the pre-fight coverage, even during the fight, they kept talking up Canelo during the fight, and I'm like, why are y'all talking up this man right now? He getting whooped on. And then at the end, I'm like, I know they ain't gonna think that they about to call this fight for anybody but Bivol.
Yeah, nah. And I think it was that a split decision, Bivol? I don't think so.
Yes.
It was split. Somebody.
There was still judges who gave Canelo extra points.
Yeah.
A
judge.
Yeah, a judge and an unofficial judge scored it for Canelo, and I'm like, how?
Oh, the unofficials ain't. I mean, that's me and you. Shit, the unofficial.
I never.
Yeah,
I think the only person was Mauro Ranello, or was it what's his name? The one that got fired from ESPN.
Here we go, chat. Leave it up to Officer Tez to name drop.
Hey, I like Mauro. Okay.
Here come the names,
I'm
chat.
only gonna do this once.
Homie Mauro Ranello.
If Officer Tez don't do nothing, he gonna start saying names on the stream, chat.
Yeah, let me
I'm only
get him
gonna
on my
do this
show.
once.
Come on, man. But yeah, that's it on the betting odds for the Canelo Crawford fight. If I had to bet, my final suggestion again, I would bet the draw, or I would bet on Crawford to win by decision with under 2 knockdowns. If you could bet that, then I think you put yourself in a good position. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it on the Classic Code Sports. All right, Ted. So we're gonna move into this Michael Beasley TikTok video. We're gonna do a reaction to that, and then we're gonna get into why the I haven't watched it in its entirety either, but we're gonna get into that, and then we're going to get off into why the video, this particular live stream is titled what it's titled. You know what I'm saying? We can't. Yeah. I came on here to have a fade tonight and be done with it. I ain't ducking the fade. We're gonna have a fade tonight and be done with it.
Good, because it's some people in here that ain't commented yet in the chat. Y'all ain't dropping y'all threes and y'all watching.
No, they listen. You see the title of it, right? They only here to see what exactly the heck we finna say, bro. And they gonna see. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. Somebody started that war. It wasn't me, and it wasn't you.
I ain't starting no war. I promise you. Wait, you'll see my perspective. We ain't talk about it offline. You're gonna see my perspective. We're gonna get into it, but yeah, let's see what Mike Beasley got to say.
Never tell another female to take accountability because females will never tell another female to take accountability because females are just what they present to be, and men are what we present to be. We are the ugly truth. That's why we don't mind going outside with a scruffy beard. And the women are a beautiful lie. That's why they all got different color makeup. That's why they all come outside with a mask and a wig. Real shit. And they never hold their counterparts or their friends accountable. Right. And case in point, right. A female paying everything in a household. When they break up, man, that shit burn your PlayStation, right? You better not take anything I bought, right? 100%. Am I lying?
Yeah, you're right.
Reverse it. How many people we know from our perspective wouldn't give our grandmother's ring back?
Yeah.
How many we know from our perspective sitting there got half and half and half and blaming it on the betterment of the kids? Females will never tell another female.
We're gonna run this through one more time. He said a lot. You still there, Tess?
Females will never tell another female to take accountability because females are just what they present to be, and men are what we present to be. We are the ugly truth. That's why we don't mind going outside with a scruffy beard. And the women are a beautiful lie. That's why they all got different color makeup. That's why they all come outside with a mask and a wig. Real shit. And they never hold their counterparts or their friends accountable. Right. And case in point, right. A female paying everything in a household. When they break up, man, that shit burn your PlayStation. Right. You better not take anything I bought, right? 100%. Am I lying?
Yeah, you're right.
Reverse it. How many people we know from our perspective wouldn't give our grandmother's ring back?
Yeah.
How many we know from our perspective sitting there got half and half and half and blaming it on the betterment of the kids? Females will never tell another.
Yeah. So let's lock in. Let's talk about it, Tess.
Let's ride.
Let's talk about it, man. So he said a lot. So he started off by saying that men are the ugly truth and women are beautiful lies. He said females will never, hold other females accountable. And then he gave some other examples. What did you think about the rhetoric?
What did he lie about?
I didn't. Hey, I mean, they exist. We got River TV. We got Danica Dope Discussions. We got a few channels. We got Melanie King. We got a few.
We got Daphne.
We got Daphne, but we got the Queen of Accountability. Like we got a few, but they get slandered by their own sisterhood.
Oh, she said the sisterhood. If y'all didn't get a chance to check it out, check out her 4-hour-long show last week. The sisterhood is dead. She said,
"Who is this? Who is this again?"
Daphne, the Queen of Accountability. She had a 4-hour live YouTube video last week. If you want, I email it to you. But she literally said, and she had a whole conversation. It was about 8-9 women that showed up to the conversation, as it always is, trying to get in on her. And she shut them down each time with facts. She said the sisterhood is dead. She said, you get mad at me because you complain about what this dude did, but then I tell you where you was in the wrong at, and then say, you have my back, you a female. And she's like, just because I'm a female don't mean I'm gonna ride with your ridiculousness.
Yeah. I think this is a good time to go ahead and segue. The title of this episode is Never Speaking on Black Women Again. I did a live stream yesterday. And the question of the day was if a man tells you that his wife is submissive, is she black? And I prefaced it. Matter of fact, let me try to pull it up too. But I prefaced it by saying, hear me out. I'm gonna give y'all a story as to why and you know, how this question of the day came about. And throughout the entire thing, you know, I reiterated over and over that we're seeking solutions, and not just me, but we, right?
We.
So I wasn't speaking from a position of I'm right, somebody else wrong, you know, this, that, and the third. I didn't feel like I was speaking from a position of like trying to bash or punch down, right? But I did have to tell some ugly truths I had to tell some ugly truths to make it very real that we're in a crisis. You know what I'm saying? I had to tell some ugly truths to make it very real that we're in a crisis, because we are.
What did I say it was? Was it the hard truth? No. What was it? What was the title of that episode the other day?
I can't remember.
We do so many, y'all.
Yeah, but it was a situation where like I kept reiterating that I was coming from a place of like trying to seek out solutions, because
harsh reality or universal truth.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, do we really even want to? Do we? First off, I've just come to some realizations. I don't think Black folks really want to fix what we could perceive as problems. Like, and I'm speaking specifically in the realm of the relationship, dating, and marriage space. The reason being is because in the months and months of doing this content, I have never not been trying to cut through, right? Like, penetrate the broken perspective that the majority of our women are operating through. You know what I'm saying? And some of it does involve having to call a spade, right? And then from there, we have a solution-based conversation, you know?
What is the first step to admitting? I mean, what is the first step to progress?
Admitting that there's room for progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't fix anything without first admitting that it's broken.
Exactly.
I feel. I'm not going to say it that way. I know that the majority of the issues that come up are mulled over like they're not issues. How can you ever get through to anyone who doesn't think they have a problem?
I don't think you can, bro. And that's why I'm letting y'all know today, after this episode, like, we're gonna speak on a few different things. Y'all can call it whatever y'all want. Y'all can call it punching down. Y'all could call it misogyny. Y'all can call it whatever y'all want. Everything we saying alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment. But y'all can call it whatever y'all want. But I'm doing this episode to let y'all know this is my last time speaking directly, like specifically on Black women. I'll speak on women still. I'll speak on relationships. It's going to be from a nationwide perspective. It's going to be from a country, you know, American women. I'm never speaking specifically to Black women again on my platform. Like, I'm talking about as far as my perspective on how we could fix it, what's broken, what's wrong, none of that. Never again. Never. It's over. It's over. It's over. I'm never doing it again. And because the reason why I'm retiring from doing this shit is because they don't want help. I said it on the stream. I said the problem is stopping us from fixing the problem. The problem is, as it sits today, nobody, not the government, not a Black man, not a white man, nobody. The bosses at work, it don't matter. Nobody can tell a Black woman shit, largely. I'm not talking about the diamonds in the rough. I'm not talking about the gold nuggets. I'm talking about the majority.
Bro, the sister called me a coward because I didn't want to deal with her attitude anymore.
Yeah, so exactly. So that's my point. And that's manipulation. That's gaslighting. You know what I'm saying? You're not a coward for choosing peace. You understand what I'm saying? But that's the broken perspective that I'm talking about. So that's why I'm letting you know, like, this shit over with. As far as me trying to help, like, I'm not going out like Kevin Samuels, folks. Like, as far as me laying it on the line, trying to help, you know, I don't think people get the fallout in society of, you know, all these broken, because like I said on the stream, people still humping, people still making kids, they still humping, but there's no family structures. There's no family structures. So I mean, let's do it like this, Tez. We're gonna take our time with this. I mean, I know you tired, bro. You had a long day. You let me know when you gotta tap out. All right. Yeah, because this my last. I'm not touching this no more. So I'm gonna take my time. I'm telling you, I'm done trying to help.
After what happened to me yesterday, I don't want nothing else to do with it. So we good. We might have came to this decision at a different time.
Yeah.
But as y'all saw, the Tez Down was not live today. I was under the weather, and I'm also a little bit angry. And when I get angry, I don't like to act out in anger. I like to think about what I need to do and say. And this is a good decision.
Yeah, it's a wrap. I'm not trying to help no more. And you know, it is what it is.
It's a good decision.
Like whenever it's time to have a conversation about, you know, something that is more tailored towards Black women than other women disproportionately, I'm not even going to acknowledge that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to let everybody else get their opinion, and I'm going to move on to the next subject. I'm done trying to help. I'm done. Because since I've spent hours and hours on this mug trying to, like, actually encourage, like, us to have solution-based conversations and stuff like that, it's all been for naught, fam. It have. And I catch all the bullets for the shit. Oh, you a misogynist. Oh, it just sounds like you punching down. Oh, it sounds like, oh, I understand that your intentions are good, but it just come off like, and it just seemed like, and it just, you know what I'm saying? Like no matter what the mess, and then you know what the last straw for me was, Tez, before I play this video, the last straw for me was finding the Ask a Brother podcast, which I've grown to actually love. I love
that podcast.
I love his content, bro.
Me too.
But finding his content, finding a Black man who literally who is the exact opposite of what Kevin Samuels was. He has a whole channel of discussing all the same harsh realities as me, all the same harsh realities as Kevin Samuels, but he's so articulate and he makes everything sound so palatable, because we are told it's not what we're saying, it's our delivery. And this, that, and the third. Well, Ask a Brother podcast. Y'all go check him out for yourselves. His delivery is absolutely flawless for women to receive the message. And I promise y'all, he's saying the same.
Tailored for women.
For women to be able to it's palatable.
Your content and my content is not tailored for them.
Right. It's tailored. My shit tailored for the real.
Exactly. You know, my tagline is unfiltered and unscripted. He took a lot of time on, because you know most of what we do is literally off the cusp. You know what I'm saying? That it is exactly how we feel, exactly what we think. Whereas his is like, he's reviewing this, he got his script ready, he's got exactly his bullet points, what he wants to hit, who he wants to talk to, you know, and they still have a problem with it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And so I think that's the last straw for me, because all the time, even if I wanted to buy what I knew was the bullshit, even if I wanted to buy it, all the time they were saying it's not what y'all saying, because it's not a me thing, it's a y'all. There's a whole populace of men making hours of content, letting women know, like, hey, come on back home, we just need y'all to act right? So there's a whole populace of them, right? So finally finding somebody who is exactly what they said they need. And he's blowing up, by the way. He's appearing in a lot of places. That's going to continue to make his star grow in the content creation space. And I'm happy for him for that. But you have to understand that it's still not working. It's still not working.
It's not
working. And so now let's expand it over to the greater conversation that needs to be had. Let's do it like that. Let's expand it to the greater conversation that needs to be had. Before we do so, let me get to Soft Rain's comments. She said, all women, regardless of race, are failing to hold each other accountable. Women continue to lie to each other, and women aren't open to counsel or guidance. I agree. Soft Rain said his delivery is different and it's still not being received. That's mind-boggling to me. And that's exactly why I'm quitting today. But while I'm in the process of retiring from ever speaking on Black women specifically, I'm going to explain exactly why. And before I'm done, you know what I'm saying? On my way out, I'm going to make sure everybody can kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to make plenty of content, but it'll never be specifically tailored towards trying to help women that's, you know, of the ilk of me. It'll just be women overarching, or men overarching, or relationships overarching. No more. No more. I don't care how disproportionate this shit get. I don't care no more. I don't care. If y'all don't care, I'm not gonna care for you. You know what I'm saying? If y'all truly ready to die on the heel of I'm cool if I never get a husband, then I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and perish on that motherfucker. It is what it is, bro. That's where I'm at with it, Tez. So let's review this, bro. Let's review this. This is actually Charlie Kirk, you know, the one that they call racist or whatever, right? The Charlie Kirk, you know, who just recently was slain, you know, murdered. Rest in peace to him. But this is him debating a college student. And I want y'all to take some of this in, and then we're going to dive into this even further.
And after...
It's okay. No. What's your name? Guys, what's your name? Jackson. It takes a lot of courage to come up here.
Yeah, no,
let's just take a deep breath. I'm not here to pick on you.
No,
I appreciate it. No, it's okay. I know this can be very intimidating getting into a crowd like this. So just take a deep breath. Let me make your argument. I'm going to make your argument for you, and I'm going to tell you why I think it's wrong. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the argument that is being made that you want to make is that there's legacies of injustice.
Yes.
And that those legacies impact one generation after the other. And when those things get handed down, you have what is a system or a systemic issue that isn't just isolated in 2024. So the argument that you're making is that what happened in 1954 does impact 2024 of decade after decade after decade. Let me tell you my response to that. Of course, there is some truth to that. However, every culture, every person in this audience can point to issues that families or generations prior had that were able to overcome. So the question is, why is it that Black America is one of the only populations, that and Native American populations, that have not been able to overcome such evil, horrors, and injustices? Here's my perspective, and I want to hear what you have to say, is that the number one way to keep people out of poverty, lower the crime rate, and have a better society is whether or not you have a mom and a dad around, which we agree that's an ideal. Yeah? Cool. Yeah. And so what happened in 1964 is that 25% of Black youth were raised by a single mom. Today, it's nearly 75%, about 70%. So that means that 1 in 4 Black kids will have a father around. Only 1 in 4. That's the number one issue happening in the country, and it's not because of systemic racism. I'd like to hear what you have to say about that.
Okay, so I think I misjudged you at first. Like when you brought up the 1350 stat, I had like just assumed that it was like inherently like eugenics based kind of, you know. So, and that's where mine came from. Like I think we are on the same page that like we know what the problem is, and that's what I mean. Like
so here's the thing. We don't have to listen to too much more of that, right? So rest in peace to Charlie Kirk once again. Here's the problem, right? He didn't say anything wrong, right? But you still have people that look like you and look like me that celebrated or outwardly and overtly expressed how little they care. Chris Dale, shout out, long time, man. Chat 333 in the building. We miss you, dog. Glad you're here. He didn't say anything wrong, and this is part of why the episode is titled what it is, and why I'm never speaking on Black women again after this. You know what I'm saying? It's because what he said had to do with Black people, but it points to my point of the fact that we operating like we don't know that we have a crisis going on. What Charlie Kirk just spelled out is a crisis. It used to be 25% of Black kids being raised by a single mother. It is now damn near 75%. That is a crisis. When we look, we have the results to prove that it's a crisis. What type of adults do these households typically produce? Now you multiply that by generations and you tell me what outside looks like for everybody. So when I tried to have the conversation yesterday and people in the chat told me it starts with everybody just worrying about themselves, somebody has to be thinking about the we, the us. They ask me shit like when I make
who said that?
I think it was Souls that actually said that yesterday in the chat. I got the stream.
So here's something that I'm going to introduce here. So I've looked at these numbers because I literally had a conversation about this last night and today, and you know how the end of my stream went yesterday. This part of the conversation is very near and dear to my heart because when they're talking about Black families, And I'm glad that you started this a couple of weeks ago. They're talking about a black man and a black woman. And let me tell you, if and I'm going to say it, this is the last time you probably ever hear me say this in public, but I'm going to say it. How are you going to make the black family better if our biggest adversary is the black woman? When you have it to where black men no longer think that the best match for them is their own cultural partner that they have been placed with biologically, now you have an even bigger recipe for disaster. So your community's never going to get better if black women and black men can't stand each other. That's number one. And number two, and I guarantee, and I'm telling you, being on this side of the fence, it ain't coming from this side of the fence. It ain't coming from the black man's side. You rarely you want to tell you what you hear. I'm gonna because we talk we real talking. We real talking. Okay. I really don't care if we offend somebody over this.
Just the last one, bro.
Yeah,
go ahead.
We're real talking. Y'all have no idea how many of us have tried and tried and tried to find a Nubian princess to marry and make a queen. You have no idea how many of us did not want to give up, did not want to give in, did not want to go outside, did not want to, surf the snow or play on the beach. You have no idea how many of us fought tooth and nail for you. You didn't care that we were fighting tooth and nail for you because you only wanted the worst of us. And it had nothing to do, and I'm not talking about just the financial income worst of us. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying you only wanted those of us who were going to dog you out, and you knew they were going to dog you out because they dogged out your girlfriend, they dogged out your cousin, they dogged out your sister in some cases. Like, there's no reason why I should know, this is me personally, there's no reason why I should know multiple brothers that have kids with the exact same chicks. Like, why do four of y'all have the same baby daddy?
Classic.
That's not a recipe for success. We in my circle we call them 4x4s. Four babies by four dudes. You know what I'm saying? You should not. How can you we're not, and these dudes are not Nick Cannon. They're not millionaires. They don't have $400, $500 million. We're talking about dudes that don't even work at the car wash, and they have babies by everybody. And I'm like, y'all, y'all just, it's got to be good down there. It ain't no better than any other guy you've been with. It ain't no better. It's the persona that you have attached clout to his bad boy image. And I totally get it. I totally get it. Well, it's got to be something good over there because 16 other girls wanted him. That's a stupid way of thinking. That's a stupid way of thinking. You remember when we was kids? Oh, well, if John jumped off the bridge, you gonna follow behind him? All of y'all jumping off the bridge. Now, when I say all, I know everybody gonna say, oh, it's not everybody. Look, we're not talking about the like we said, you mentioned a couple of them earlier, the diamonds in the rough. We're not talking about that. We're talking about and see, this is the part that really makes me angry. If somebody says all, do not immediately step in and say we're not all. Because let me tell you, there's way more that that are like that than ones that you don't. That's why they say all. It's the prevailing stereotype. Stereotypes wouldn't exist without a little bit of truth in them. Let's just keep it real, y'all. We have a real talk, right? Is it wrong to stereotype everybody? Yes. But is it wrong to have a base? No, it's not. That's how you stay safe. But y'all are intentionally choosing to not be safe. Y'all are intentionally choosing to think that you're going to win. Tiffany didn't win. Tamika didn't win. Shay didn't win. None of these people won. What makes you think you are? And then you want to get upset and talk smack because he went and married somebody else. He wanted to get married. He told you he wanted to get. I mean, I don't know about you, bro, but I'm gonna ask. You can answer honestly. I'm not trying to lead you into anything, but I guarantee you that at one point in your time that you met a nice sister that you thought that you could have married.
Yeah. For sure.
And you probably said, man, I'm gonna marry this one.
For sure.
I don't need to know everything that would happen. I don't need to know everything that happened. I don't need to know that. But what I am gonna say about it is, where's the lie? How you gonna have a dad in 4 different households?
Nah, you know, it's one. My biggest issue is not what's wrong. Like, we understand the why, right? I had a conversation with one of my closest friends about this yesterday, and this was a female. She says she broke down the reason why our Black women have largely become the way they have become, and we understand the why. We understand the slave residue. We understand the Willie Lynch fallout, the residue from that. We understand the residue of like them also growing up in fatherless households, because not all Black children raised by single mothers are boys, right? We talk about little boys all the time. The girls getting raised by single moms too, and that has side effects too. But we talked about all the reasons why the Black women have become the way they have become. Now, she did not deny that the majority of our women have become a certain way. She didn't deny it, but she did want to point out the reasons why. And the thing is, I think we all know the why, but the inability or the disinterest in discussing the what is my problem. And that's why I'm tapping the fuck out, because we can't discuss the what. It's a problem. There's something wrong with okay, we get the why, right? We know how we got here. Get it? Slave residue, conditioning, propaganda, social engineering. We get it. We discussed all those things. We get it. Okay, now that we have acknowledged that we're here and that being here is really, really messed up, right? How do we address the what it is? Instead of explaining it away 900 ways, how do we fix the what it is? We hear rhetoric, and again, because this is the last one, I'm not holding back. We hear bullshit rhetoric about we want to be feminine. Then do it. Who the fuck is stopping you?
Put me in my feminine era.
Yeah, no, who's stopping you? You don't need, that's one thing you don't need a man to do, is be a lady. You can just be a lady 24/7. Nobody needs to be around for you to be. You should be a lady in the house dolo alone. You know what I'm saying? Being a lady is not something that needs to be conditional. If you know what I'm saying, then just do it. But I'm saying this is the rhetoric that is normalized. That's just one slogan. There's a ton of them, right? We can sit here and just keep going through them. But yeah. Didn't do it. But you can't tell them shit, bro. So there is.
No, as soon as you tell them anything, it becomes about you,
brother. It's a dead mission.
Yeah, you can't say that.
No. I'm not insane. Insanity is doing the same shit, expecting different results. I'm not insane. So I'm tapping out. It's a dead mission. For the brothers who want a sister, chisel through the mines and find your diamond. You know what I'm saying? Chisel through the mines and find your diamond. If that's what you prefer, you can stick that. I've never said on my channel that be the chat saying that all Black women. I don't say that shit. I always point out that there's diamonds in the rough, but it's just become more rare than normal. And that's just what it is. So for fellas, if you prefer a sister, I think you should go get you one. Chisel through the mines, find you a diamond, and keep it pushing, bro. But just understand what you understand. The mines are dangerous. While you in there chiseling, looking for your diamond, understand that it's dangerous in there. You feel me? And I hope y'all get the metaphor. But that's just what it is. I want to play some of my stream from yesterday because I'm telling y'all full circle how I got here, bro. I'm done trying to help. And listen, they don't care no way, because in their mind, we was never trying to help. Pointing out harsh truths is not help to those who don't want to be accountable. I'll say that one more time. Pointing out harsh truths is not help to those who don't want to be accountable.
Classic.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. You know what I mean? For people who want to be accountable and address things and actually be solution-based, then there's, you know what I'm saying, there's something to that. I don't know what Chris Dale on in the chat. He might have to hey Chris, I appreciate your support on the channel. I don't know if you got hacked or what. I might have to put your ass on timeout or block you.
It is Friday night.
You spamming kind of crazy. Is you drunk? I'm finna put his ass on timeout. When you come back, act accordingly, bro. You tweet.
He gang banging in the chat.
No, respectfully, he's doing a whole lot of shit in the chat. His ass got to go on timeout. It's over with. We got responses though. Hold on.
Why you dropping names?
Mike Sales said, "Let me call in." Hold on, Mike. Soft Rain said the increase in single mothers and those mothers being taught by their mothers that were single mothers that you need to be strong and you don't need a man for anything. Yeah, for sure. Again, we discussing the why, right? We discussing why we're in the crisis that we're in, that people are not acknowledging as a crisis. We're discussing the why behind it. But again, that's always where the conversation begins and ends when we try to talk to the women. And then this is nothing against you, Soft Rain, but this is the typical that's the way the conversation goes. We never actually move forward into actionable things to get results. And so I quit. I know a dead mission when I see one, bro. It's a dead mission. You know what I'm saying?
Look, if things are able to be fixed, Pop the Balloon wouldn't exist.
Facts. Check this out, though. We're gonna look at some of the stream from last night. Yeah. If a man tells you his wife is submissive, is she black? I'll let y'all answer that yes or no in the chat. Feel free. It's a safe environment. All perspectives are welcome here. Y'all do not have to be in agreement with the host. But yeah, if a man tells you that his wife is submissive, is she black? Is the question of the day. The reason why I'm asking you this, I'll give you the backstory. So I was having a conversation. I told this story on the Tez Down, but since it's no longer available because I got him flagged. I was having a conversation with a manager, and this was a black brother, and we were just having a casual conversation, and he was doing a little bit of ranting, if you will, in regards to like the state of relationships today and like the younger generations. This gentleman was a bit older, you know what I'm saying? So he was talking about the younger generations, the state of relationships, and stuff like that, and how women are so different these days. And then he started talking about his own wife and how he doesn't have those problems, right? There's a certain language men start speaking, and when they start speaking it's normally pretty telling to me, not in a bad way. Follow me. So he's like, he don't have them problems, you know. He's like, if he, you know, go home and tell his wife whoop-de-whoop, then that's what it is. And I was like, oh, okay. You know, people have a way of making their situation sound perfect when they talking. You know, it's just me and him talking one-on-one, but people have ways of making their situation sound perfect. So I'm like, oh, okay. You know, so I'm listening to him talking. He's like, yeah, you know, before I made this career move and this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? You know, I told my wife, you know, this, that, and the third, and she was just like, okay. And when he said that, I stopped him. I said, hey, man, I ain't trying to get in your business and you don't have to answer me. I said, now this dude was a brother. But after listening to him say a couple different times how much his wife listens and just says, okay, after he said that to me like the third time, I had to stop him, right? I said, hey, man. And I asked him just like this. I'm going to be honest. I said, your wife ain't black, is she? He said, no. I'm not going to tell y'all what he says she is, but she's non-black, right? He's like, no. And I was like, and he was like, how did you know? And this, I'm just being honest. I was like, because you said she listened. And he started dying laughing. And he was like, man, listen. And then we went off into a conversation about how you can't have these conversations for real to fix the problem because they don't listen. Like the problem prevents you from fixing the problem. So that's what made me bring this up as the question of the day and put it. Yeah, bro. So you see what I'm saying, Tess? That's a real interaction. That's a real interaction that no, I'm already knowing, Tess. I see you. That's a real interaction that occurred in a real scenario, a real situation. You know what I mean? So yeah. You know, this is something that, like I always say, all of us men are saying the same thing because none of it's true, right? That's what's going on out here.
What we say yesterday, you could put 10,000 of us in a room and all to say the same thing, and as soon as one of them walk in, it's gonna switch up. Even everybody kept it 100. They still gonna be like somebody lying.
Yep. My screen tweaking on StreamYard. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Can you see me?
I can see you, yes. Yeah. It's got you back in your video again.
Nah.
Yeah, now you
hold on, Tess. Hold on.
All right. Hey, what's up, y'all?
All right, we
There
good.
we go.
We good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, bet. Sorry for the technical difficulties. But yeah, bro, that was a real interaction that I had with somebody in real time, and that just lets you know the state of things in real life, right? This isn't
You
just
had
for
the same real time reaction with me live twice. It was somebody in person. Like, we're talking about actual facts. And you know, I'm gonna take it a step farther. I had this conversation with several people, and you know me, I will approach the same conversation at square one with several people, regardless of the answer that I got, so I could test the hypothesis out.
yeah,
And I like I said to you in private the other day, show me one other than the one that I found. I found exactly one. And here's the thing that I found out about this. I didn't realize this until after we talked. Remember, I brought up somebody who's very close to my heart, and then guess what? They're not black. The girl, the wife is not black. Neither wife of these two people that I brought up, neither one of them have black wives. One of them is a foreign that was moved here as a child. Their parents are completely foreign. The other one is mixed. So they're not even black.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
as they're not even black as we would call black today. They're not.
bro. Yeah, bro. Like I remember this is what I'm saying, bro. We don't you just can't tell us nothing, bro. There is no helping. Like it just is what it is. I had to give up on the mission when it came to like teaching proper nutrition or better nutrition to my family. I gave up on that mission. Oh, okay. Y'all not interested in like improving your quality of life. I get it. All right, I'm gonna let you be what it is. Like I told you, I'm not insane. I'm not gonna keep doing the same thing expecting different results. It ain't gonna get, you know what I mean? It's a dead mission, bro. And you see that there's people in the chat, bro, and ain't nobody saying nothing because it ain't nothing to say. There's nothing to say. Well, as soon as we start lying, somebody object. And it's not, and it's this the thing. This is what we try to do. And Souls of Thought tried to do it on the stream yesterday too. He tried to say, nah, but women are women in general. Yeah, but there's a disproportionate impact on our women. So it doesn't benefit us, or it does. It behooves us to speak specifically to our women. But I also stated that on the live stream that is the problem in itself, is that as a black man, you can't come on the podcast and talk directly to black women. There's a problem. There's a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole issue. You get hit with an insult instead of a response, or your good ass question rooted in facts get answered with a question instead of a response. You get what I'm saying? You never get to have the conversation. So then when we say 100 women versus accountability will wipe their ass out. You know what I'm saying? 100 sisters versus, it's over with, bro. And so, and you got women saying they need a man, but they don't listen to nothing that have to do with the man's desires. You got sisters that say they don't need a man at all, but they consistently got a man. There's always somebody in their phone. They always finessing somebody, but they say they don't need a man, but they consistently dealing with somebody in some capacity. They don't need a man, but they got multiple. You get what I'm saying? And then when you say something, you must hate them. It's like, all right, so what, like, you know what I mean? And as men, we're used to it, right? We play football. We're used to tough coaching. I was getting cursed out by grown men that wasn't my dad when I was 7 years old at football practice, right? Like we knew how to take it. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I done been hit upside the helmet. You already know what it is. There, slap the shit out your helmet. Bow. What are you doing? Come on, bro. So that's what I'm saying. So we've been as men, we've been understanding that it ain't about the way the message is delivered. It's about the message. You know what I'm saying? And then the women, they understand that too, because I'm going to give them credit for not being all the way stupid. I'm going to say they understand it too. They just don't give a fuck. They not trying to hear it if it sounds inconvenient. I told you, bro, when women speak, the number one priority is to sound good out loud. That's the number one priority. If that means I got to lie a little bit, curve the truth a little bit, tweak a little bit, the number one priority is to sound good out loud. You know what I'm saying? A sister could be 700 pounds. You cannot use the word fat because it don't sound good out loud. You got to use something else. Big bone, you know, heavier frame. You know what I'm saying? Something that sound a little more pleasant on the ears. You know what I'm saying? We don't like dealing with reality right up in our face the way it is. So it ain't no there until we get like that. There is no improving. There is no improving. It's over with. It's a dead mission. So I'm off the boat, bro. I still got a mission. I still got a purpose. The classic codes will go on, but my attention specifically to sisters, you could forget about it. And they're gonna appreciate it. They're gonna appreciate it because they didn't want the help. So we right now, we're divorcing from this conversation with each other. The black women that see this, they're gonna be like, fine, because we didn't like what you were saying. No, okay, bet. We on the same page now. I'm letting y'all know tonight, we on the same page now. We divorcing from this conversation. We gonna save each other from ourselves. Yo, you don't want the black man's help, and I don't want to try to give it to you no more. We good. We straight. Don't even worry about it. Cause black men done already shown we gonna do what we gonna do. Hey Chris, I'm finna have to block your ass. You tweaking in my chat, bro. I don't know if your page, I think your page must have got hacked or something. The spam about to be over with, gang. On the set. Chill out. I'm gonna give you one more try because you've been a subscriber for a long minute, but your ass finna get blocked. You tweaking.
He off the sauce, man.
Yeah, I don't care what he off for. He finna get blocked. I don't care what you drinking, smoking. Put your phone down and just listen, gang. You tweaking.
Classic.
Stop tweaking in my chat. I don't want to do you like that. I already put your ass on timeout. You came right off the bench tweaking again. What's wrong with you? Goofball. He said, block me, ho. Okay. Say less.
Where the mods at?
Shit, he gone, folks. It's over with.
Yeah.
I'm the mod. Big mod. I got the biggest wrench on this bitch. It's the codes. His ass
Classic.
gone. Come on, block me, ho. You know how I get down. He probably somebody from around town too. I bet he won't say it. He see me at the grocery store. That's on God.
Classic.
Stuff on the computer. But anyway, that's a different conversation. But yeah, man.
You just walking around with 16s in the trunk, ready to throw them at people.
Man, listen, bro. I'm ready. I listen. I'm not even confrontational. That's the crazy part. I just got a hard line in the sand for disrespect because I'm not a disrespectful person.
Can't tolerate it.
Yeah, I'll be chilling. If I was a disrespectful person, then my grace for disrespectful people will probably be different because I operate inside them realms. I'm not a disrespectful person, so I got a hard line in the sand for disrespect. We could take it wherever you want to go. I'm just not going to jail for your ass. But aside from that, though, you know what I'm saying? We can get it busted. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's like gentlemen, bro. Facts. But yeah, bro.
You ain't got to up nobody. Just come to the
no, ain't none of that. None of that man shit. But yeah, bro. So yeah, I'm retiring. I'm getting out the game, bro. You said you kind of came to the same conclusion. What was it that got you there?
I mean, aside from
I'm coming to the comments too. Go ahead.
Aside from having all my profiles nuked yesterday, because it was multi-level warfare on all of my profiles, all of them. That's not done on accident. That's not just in one place.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then I was like, I never look at the numbers until I saw what I saw yesterday, and I was just like, well, I ain't got to say nothing else. I don't. Every time somebody tries to help, this is what you get. This is what you get every time somebody tries to help, and I just don't feel the need to be another martyr for anybody. I don't. I tried to help, and if I'm not going to continue trying to help, if you don't want to help, I can't make you want help. I can't make anybody want help.
Yeah.
Just gonna write a book, take my knowledge elsewhere. Talk to people who want, like, the whole point of having a platform like that is not for everybody anyway. And so because you upset, instead of just watching or just, communicating your opinions, you want to do what you do. So
yeah,
fine. I got plenty of other stuff to talk about. I'm just not talking to that. I'm not talking to that.
Well, I'm talking about the level of indifference that I'm about to start exhibiting. Crazy. Crazy.
I'm about to be the square shoulder guy.
Yeah.
On all the topics.
Yep. Well, what do you think about So how do you feel? What do you think of? Oh, that's a black woman, right? You want me to speak on her specifically? Can't do it. Well, what's your reaction to it? No idea.
I reviewed before you even came on yesterday. I reviewed a whole conversation with old boy talking to old girl about old boy and what they did, and can't believe that 10 minutes out of my life has put me under a microscope that I didn't need to be under.
Yeah.
And it's not because I said anything that was wrong. It's not because I took anybody's side. It's because you say anything and they get upset about it. And instead of coming at you the right way, that's how they want to come. I seen it in your chat. I know it's been in your DMs.
Yep.
It's
the worst in the DM. It's the worst in the DM. They'll watch this.
I don't even want to tell you what happened.
You already know. It's the worst in the DM. They'll watch this whole shit, won't say nothing, and then send me a paragraph, gang. It's the worst. It's the worst in the DM. Soft Rain said they're not receptive to harsh truths and not interested in fixing it. Yep. So it's over with. Don't worry about it. We done trying to fix it too. We gonna let that shit be broke. Mike Sales said, wait, say that again. He said, hell no. He said, wait. So are you saying she's a white, black, Asian, Mexican mistress to her master? I gotta go back upstairs. I don't know what he's talking about. Honestly, I hate the most that even this shit is still talking race. I mean, it's necessary though. Like there is a such thing as like white people problems, black people problems, Hispanic people problems. Like all problems are not all people problems, and you should be able to isolate and talk about the specific problems that are disproportionate to that said group of people and still be able to stay solution based over being sensitive. You know what I'm saying? But it's not possible, so I'm tapping the fuck out. Mike Sales said, the year I live for is the one where I will never hear race in the conversation. That's easy. Just move out the country. We the only ones that do that shit. That's easy. You can get that right now.
I don't have that happen to me anywhere else.
Yeah, just move. It's that simple. Just leave America. Yeah, all the race talk will be over with for you. Soft Rain said, Michael, I understand, but it's not reality. Not reality here. Mike Sales said, you both have all my respect. Likewise, Mike said, can I join in the chat for a minute? What does that mean? I was asking, okay. Yeah, we really trying to dig in on this one, Mike. I don't think we taking call-ins today. But generally speaking, though, if you in the chat any other time, you already know you're welcome. I'll drop the link. But we really want to tap into this one. Me and Tez talked offline. We wanted to just come on here and have this funeral real quick. You know what I mean? That's what this shit is. It's a homegoing service for me as a black man. I don't know about the rest of the brothers. Maybe Ask a Brother podcast. Gonna stay on the mission. But you know what I'm saying? You could even argue, even though I love his content, you could even argue that him being plating everything so neatly is a form of manipulation. You could argue that. You know what I'm saying?
My grandfather used to call it fattening frogs for snakes. My grandfather called it fattening frogs for snakes.
Yeah,
he used to always say that, and like people thought that was it was a shot at somebody. It's not a shot. It's so basically what you're doing, when you fatten a frog for a snake, is snakes are a nuisance, right? Mm-hmm. So if you feed the snake, it's not going to bite you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
His thing is, I'd rather just not deal with it at all. I'm not fattening the frog to keep a snake.
Right.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not likening snakes to them.
Yeah.
I'm not likening snakes to them. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's the small foxes that destroy the vine. You know what I'm saying? It's not always a hail. It's not always temperate weather or droughts. It's not always, unscrupulous ground. It's the little foxes that destroy the vine, and can't really allow that to keep happening.
Yeah, man. I agree wholeheartedly. For the record, still love black women, still gonna deal with black women, still, got hella dope black women in my family. That's never changed. That's always been the thing anyway. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, when you try to hold them accountable, that isn't love. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, when you address the fact that we're in a state of crisis as an ethnicity, you know what I mean? That isn't love, right? When you address the fact that the reason we're in a crisis is not because the men have changed, but because y'all have changed, that isn't love to y'all. So, if trying to help somebody isn't love, then maybe y'all right. Maybe I don't love y'all. Maybe I do hate y'all. Maybe I am a misogynist. If trying to help, is misogyny, then I'm definitely a misogynist. It is what it is. And of course, for the transcript, it's all, this is all alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment. But yeah, man, it's that's it for the record. I still got the purest of intentions for sisters. I definitely want them. I want to see great black families. I don't want to look up, 20 years from now and everybody look like Klay Thompson. You know what I mean? Like in other cultures, preserving the bloodline still means and still meant something to them. I think that holds true for most bloodlines. If you could preserve it, you know, as best as you can, aside from the interference of slavery and things like that, preserve your bloodline and your lineage as best as you can. I think that's a good thing. I think it has, you know, it keeps the tribal essence of society and of mankind. I don't think that we should all be these one hybrided ethnicity humans. I don't know that was nature's design. It doesn't work like that in any other kingdom. You know what I mean? So yeah, Ted said right. It don't work like that in any other kingdom. So I think tribes are just fine. So yes, I do care to see black people with black people, you know, more often, and I do care to see the marriage rate amongst our ethnicity improve. I do care, but as far as me trying to help, those days are officially fucking over.
Classic.
What you got, Tez?
Shoot, I mean, I gave it already. I've done so much. I've done so much.
Mm-hmm.
I've said so much. You can't help anybody that doesn't want to be helped. And you know what? You don't need me. I believe you. You don't need me. And that's cool. Yeah, you know what? I've heard it so many times. Don't like me, don't need me, don't want me. I'm not this, I'm not that. That's fine. That's live in your truth. Live in your truth. Doesn't really affect me. Just letting you know that.
Yeah. Mike said this. Oh, go ahead. What'd you say?
I'm just saying, just don't come knocking on the door later.
Yeah. He said it's over. It's all going to be one race very soon. I disagree, because if the melanated woman remains the least desired, then it won't be. It'll be mixed races of Orientals, but not mixed races of black, because the black women are going to be, you know what I mean? They're still, don't get it twisted. Most babies coming from black women are still black babies. They screwing us like a motherfucker. They just not fucking with us for real. They're fucking on us. Yeah, they fucking on us. Babies. Yeah, they just not fucking with us. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. They hunching us.
Hold on. Are people thinking that any of us have had a problem getting them?
Yeah, that's definitely not the that's definitely not the problem. That's definitely not the problem. Acquisition is definite, especially not in 2025. Acquisition.
Classic.
Woo, never nigga, man.
Getting is not the problem.
No, that ain't the problem. Yeah. But yeah, bro, I think, you know, it is what it is. I got everything out. I can't think of nothing else that I need to add to my why for leaving it alone. You know what I mean? And I'm sure the comments on this, once I chop it up and post it, I'm sure the comments on this I have, you know, some little snide remarks and shit like that. And I'm sure the clips of this I have some snide remarks and shit like that. But it's fine, man. Say what you got to say. We get it. You don't want the help. You don't want the help. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm tired.
Yeah, folks. Yeah. But that's they line, Tez. That's they line. I am tired.
That's what I'm saying. I'm tired now. I'm tired.
I'm tired, folks. I'm tired. I ain't got nothing left, folks. The mission over. It's over.
Like I thought about all of, you know, if y'all watch the Tez Down, you know, it's a rundown show. You know what I mean? I don't really spend too much time on one topic. I run down through a bunch of them. And sometimes when you on the track for too long, when you're on the field for too long, when you're on the court for too long, when you're in the ring for too long, you know, you get fatigued. Mm-hmm. But there's a difference between straight up fatigue and saying, hey, you know what, man? I'm washed. In this situation, in this specific instance, I'm washed.
Yeah.
This is the same way I retired from politics is the same way I'm retiring from this subject. It's really hard for me to unretire. I don't do the Jordan and the Brady. When I hang it up, I hang it up. I just don't have nothing left in the tank for the subject. I have taken my final blow. I have crossed my final finish line. I have scored my final touchdown, and I am leaving the boots in the ring. I'm kissing the mat on the way out. You know, put some grass in my pocket.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. He said we're all gonna be one race. We're all together in this. It's not gonna happen.
There's only 13%. Only 13% of people in this country are black, and it's not getting any blacker.
Yeah, we're not all gonna be one race. But I feel you though. In theory, that's cool though. We can agree to disagree. That shit not gonna happen though. You got to understand, there's still very disciplined cultures of people in this world. Over in the UAE, like of what we call the Middle East and all that shit, they not doing a lot of interbreeding. It ain't a whole lot of leaving outside of the lineage. You gonna get with if you what we call them Indian. If you Indian, you getting with an Indian, and they still not giving their daughters choices either. All this liberation shit we got going on, they not operating like that. You not doing this, you not doing that, and I'll be, and you know they radical. I'll put it like that. Certain shit I can't say for monetization, but
Morocco is a perfect example.
Yeah,
Morocco is a perfect example. You have
he's saying in the USA. Okay, bro. You
have native Africans in Morocco. As someone who has dated a Moroccan, you have native. I was good enough to, you know what I'm saying? I was good enough for that. I was good enough to be seen in public with. I was good enough for all of that. But when it came time for me to be like, hey, so, you know, it's time for us to go ahead and submit some. Oh, no, that's not happening. Whoa. What you mean that's not happening? No, my dad would kill us. Like, literally.
Yeah. Allegedly for content creation purposes and entertainment.
Allegedly,
Yeah, you know, no, I feel you. No, it's still radical like that. It's still radical. She knows she can rock with you, but she know it ain't going past a certain point. It's over with. It is because it's not optional. It's not optional with them. It ain't no choice. It ain't no choice. I bring you home. They gonna find out the rest, and shortly thereafter, you will no longer be in this equation.
I tell you this. I tell you this. all it took was a comment. All it took was a public comment on a piece of literature that I put out. And he found her husband to get her away. She was married in 3 months.
And she's still doing good, probably.
She's doing all right.
Yeah, them arranged marriages arranged marriages be working like a motherfucker.
She don't like him, but the marriage works.
Yep. They be working. The family be working. The kids be growing up with some sense. They tell them what careers they going into. Yeah, all the liberation. I keep saying all this liberation, all this freedom of choice. You know, it just gives more room for propaganda to herd the flock. I told y'all all the time. They shepherding the flock. And it just, listen, we've reached the point now. I shit you not. You can go into Walmart. And if you see a woman that fits the description, you'll know what I mean by fits the description. If you see a woman that fits the description in Walmart, you take out your phone and hold it up like you recording for your stream and just start saying, hey, behind her. And she turn around and see that you look like you recording, she will immediately stop showing her face, turn around, and show you her backside. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that women have been programmed to this.
All you got to do is say, hey.
Yeah, just say, you don't even got to have no music playing. Hey. And she turn, at Walmart, they will turn around and show you their rear end. It's like a mating call.
What is my favorite thing that I hate? It's hey, everybody. Hey.
Yeah, it's that bad.
That's my biggest turnoff.
It's that bad though.
What do they call that? Men don't have the ick, but if we did.
Yeah. He said, I would love for y'all to have me on the show next time. Oh, for sure. For sure.
This is the classic codes. This is not the tears down.
But generally we do call this, but not for this one though. Not for this one though. But yeah, man. I think it's just one of them things, bro. But yeah, I ain't gonna stay on it too much longer, bro. I just wanted to say, yeah, that's it. You said it. I give up. You know what I'm saying? Sisters, y'all got it. We bid you well. Y'all said y'all got all the answers. We'll come back and revisit this video in 5 to 10 years and see where y'all having all the answers has gotten us as a people. And we'll just go from there. You know what I'm saying? For all the brothers out there.
Energy for it every day.
It is what it is. Hey, for all the brothers out there who have called the audible, Omaha, and y'all done went to go play in the snow or to go play on the sandy beaches, I don't blame y'all. I understand y'all. I sympathize and empathize with y'all. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to tell me your plight. I know you tried. I already know. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You ain't got to explain nothing. You don't got to explain it to them. When you walking down the street with your white girl, you walking down the street with your Latina, you don't got the sisters that's snarling at you. You just got to remember in your mind that they didn't want your black ass no way, and that they don't need you, and you stay with Guadalupe, and you stay with you know what I'm saying, Sarah, and you keep it pushing. Hey, for all y'all brothers that decided to go elsewhere, I bid y'all well too. I'm wishing the best for everybody, because one thing I learned, everybody got all the answers, but outside still fucked up. That's what I learned. Everybody got all the answers, but outside still fucked up. And then when I come on here to try to crack the codes, y'all make ad hominem attacks at me. So I tell you what Jeffrey say on Fresh Prince: I quit. Yeah, I quit. Yeah, this shit over with. Yeah, but shit, that's it. We're gonna leave it right there for the night. Make sure y'all hit the like button, make sure y'all hit the notifications, make sure y'all subscribe. You know, you don't have to worry about us punching down no more, because we ain't talking about y'all no more. So now you can come to the channel and feel free to enjoy the content, and you don't have to worry about me saying shit about a black woman on this joint. I promise you that.
Classic.
No reactions, nothing.
Nothing.
No headlines.
Nope. I'm covering everybody. I'm covering Hispanics and Caucasians. Yep. Shit over with, chat. It's over with.
Classic.
Don't want me to dive in.
It's over with. Nah, shit over with.
Just don't watch.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, Tez. I know you under the weather. I appreciate you hanging in, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go ahead and finish it. Yeah, it was. And I'm happy to get it off I'm happy to be done. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm happy to be done.
Man. This was important.
Yeah.
What happened yesterday, but before I get up out of here, and I know you gotta finish, but what happened yesterday was a travesty to everything that we stand for. Everything that we try to do. Like, I don't have to have the same opinion as you. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But to the degree of what happened, you get tired. I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never turned my DMs off a day in my life, and I had to.
Yeah.
I quit.
Yeah. It is what it is.
I'm back Monday. Not on this.
I feel you. No, not on this. This shit over with, dog. This the last one, man.
Never again.
We can say bye to this shit. It's over with for this. Like it said at the bottom, never speaking on black women again. 10-4. We out, man. It's the classic codes. If you don't do nothing for me, stick to the code.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold.